Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'd. Habati fillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As'al Allah Kareem Rabbil Arsh al-Azim an yattawallana fi dunya wal akhirah. We ask and we implore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil, protect us all from kulli su' makruh, bless us all with ikhlas, with thabat ala sunnati nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Habati fillah, I just wanted to clear up something that with this, as someone had kind of asked, and what's your position on Abu Taymiyyah? A lot of times I don't even answer a lot of those type of questions, but sometimes I do. I choose to. And I answered from my honesty, from what I know from the man. May Allah guide us in him and forgive us in him. And I see all the controversy from it. So a lot of people have mentioned he did this, he does this, he sits with these ones, he did picture selfies with this one, and so on and so forth. And Jazakallah khair for the people who have the zeal and so forth. But my only issue is it's not about defending whether you like Abu Osama, whether you like Abu Taymiyyah, whether you like, Abu Khadijah, Abdul Wahid, whether you like Abdullah, whether you like this one, whether you like this one, Shamsi. I honestly don't care. But the issue is, one of the issues that's a big problem in the dawah that we do need to check. And guess what? It's not from the dawah. It's within the dawah, meaning that you are the ones spreading this kind of stuff. And it's a fitna that we've dealt with for years and years and years. And that is that the people, due to their emotionalism, and often it's a trait of Hizbiyah. So whether they're Hizbis or not is something to be seen. But a lot of people, some people are Hizbis in the cloak of Salafiyah, and some people, they are just affected by Hizbiyah because it's a natural inclination. You're going to get attached to human beings. And this is a part of what partisanship is. It isn't like you could just be safe. It's not like it can't creep upon you. It can, whether you're from Ahl Sunnah or not. So people get attached emotionally to individuals. They get attached to characters and so forth, and people in the dawah, or they do the opposite. And this is one of the traits of the Hizbis, is they make al-wala wal-bara based on individuals. If you like Abu Taymiyyah, you're with us. If you dislike Abu Taymiyyah, you're against us. If you dislike Abu Taymiyyah, you're with us. And this is, the opposite, but it's the same qaida. And if you like him, you're against us. So if you like him, you're mumayya, or if you praised him, or you didn't have clarity about him according to us, then you are mumayya. Perhaps you're even Ikhwani, perhaps you're even Sorori. Somehow you even became Haddadi. You could be all kind of things according to the people's claims. And the reality of something is not in its claim, it's in its substance. Okay, so that's something. First thing I want to mention: the reality is not in a claim; it's in the substance. Secondly, is we shouldn't make al-wala wal-bara based on these issues. For example, I hear some people of Sunnah that I respect, and they might praise somebody who I believe is a mubtadi'ah, or they might whatever. But I don't rush to take them off the Sunnah. And I think that's a big difference. Some of the people are so attached to these things. And I feel like the ulama have dealt with this for years. I mean, we've been reading books and studying books with ulama that have talked about this. We don't make al-wala wal-bara. And there's tafsil. Even some of the scholars that are known for being some shadda, like our sheikh, rahmatullahi alayhi rahmatan wasiya, Sheikh Ubayd ibn Abdullah Jabari, rahmatullahi alayhi rahmatan wasiya, who was very stern, and sometimes he had to retract certain statements because he might have been a little bit stern in that. So even him, he was about that there's fiqh in these issues, there's fiqh in these masail, and that, as he mentions, you can go check it yourself. In Sharh Sunnah, the explanation of Imam Barbahari's Sharh Sunnah, that, if the mas'ala that either akhta fi tariq, Imam Barbahari was talking about if a man, he zalla fi tariq, he makes a mistake in the path, versus the one, basically the difference is, one is making a mistake minhajiyya and he's left the sunnah. And another one, he's made a mistake. He's a sunnah in his asli, but he's made a mistake that you have to deal with him differently. And you maintain, as Sheikh Ubayd said, and as kathir min ulama said, but this is just a name that might make your heart feel more comfortable, that Sheikh Ubayd, rahmatullahi alayhi, he mentioned that the one who was a Sunni in his asl, but he akhta fi tariq, he fell into a bid'ah. He was seen with Ahl Bidah this time, that we refute his mistake, we reject his mistake, and we maintain his honor and respect. Does that go on eternally? No. And Sheikh Rabi also speaks about this extensively in his books. You can go for yourself. You check. It's there. And many of our ulama, they've talked about this in detail. And that shows us the nuances and the depth and the breadth of these masail. That's why rushing to take someone off the sunnah, as some of the salaf said, إخراج الرجل من السنة شديد. He said taking a man off the sunnah it's severe. It's like very serious. It's not a light thing. And what is this athar in reference to? It's a reference to the one who's asli, a person of the sunnah, not someone you know, their person. We don't use this athar to support athar Yasir Qadi or Nu'man or somebody like this, or some known mubtadi' who has his usul, either his usul i'tiqad or his usul manhajiyya يختلف عن أهل sunnah, that his asl, his origin of his aqidah or his methodology is that which is different from Ahl Sunnah. I'm not going to go to an Ashari or a Deobandi or a Naqshbandi and say, oh yeah, I'm going to make excuses for him. No, because we know in light of his asl, the origin of his i'tiqad is bid'i. It is based on mukhalafat from the book and the Sunnah. Now, so this is very important to know something about these nuances. All I'm trying to do is educate you to not rush to take people off the sunnah. Okay, some people might say, don't rush to put people on the sunnah. I don't know where that comes from exactly. Ahl sunnah yahkam ala dhahir. The people of the sunnah, they judge by the dhahir. So if I see someone, they come up, all of a sudden they come up here, and this is a non-Muslim place, but he has a big beard, he's a short thobe, and he mentioned some ulama sunnah. I'm going to assume that he is probably a man of the sunnah. I'm going to assume that, because that's the dhahir. I don't know, I'm not making tazkiyah for the man, but this is my assumption in my operating with him and cooperating with him. Until there's bayan wa burhan that comes to me to show me otherwise. Now, let's get to one last issue. I didn't mean it for it to be this long. The issue of Abu Taymiyyah. Okay, I've heard a lot of different things. Again, I like to practice that athar of Umar radiallahu ta'ala, and that he just said, make a lot of excuses, especially for a person of the sunnah. Does that mean Abu Taymiyyah is still in the sunnah? No, it doesn't. But it means that I, Khalid Green, who is not a scholar or someone that is we're gonna go back to these affairs. This is my view, and I'm gonna stand by that view as a man until it is clear to me that, whoa, my guy Abu Taymiyyah is really, he's, as they say, mumayya. He's really left the sunnah. He's really this, We've had our private conversations in the past, maybe 2 years ago, probably is the last time, or at least a year. I think when his brother was killed, Allah yarhamahu, I reached out to him. I probably still have his number, possibly, on WhatsApp. So, in fact, you just inspired me. I'm going to actually reach out to the man. And so anyway, ala kulli hal, it's very important for us not to rush. That's all I want from this. It's not about being controversial and stirring up stuff like this. But really, I just want people not to rush, because there are so many things. And I could talk about so many individuals who are taken off the sunnah for going to movie theaters. You know who they are if you were aware of the Dawah in the past 15 years. Taken off the sunnah, that was the beginning. It's a beginning. By what it is people begin to belittle their character any way they can. Oh, he made a mistake in Arabic. Oh, we saw in his pants were below his ankle this one time, because it fell down or whatever. People come up with excuses. We saw that there was a woman behind him in a video. He loves mutabarrijat. Oh, we didn't know that it was his non-Muslim sister that just happened to walk in the video. But people don't give you that benefit of the doubt. And a person of the sunnah has to do that, because it's just so much of a part of the asl. Yeah, I said it's the asl of our deen, to have gentleness and rifq, and to make excuses for your brothers, and not to be suspicious of your brothers. Make an excuse. Make an excuse for him until you can make no more. As Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu majma'in radiallahu ta'ala anhu said. And which one of you wants to quote one of the ulama versus Umar bin al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu? We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil, protect us from kulli su' wa makruh, bless us all with ikhlas, with thabat ala sunnat al-nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, forgive us, rectify our condition and affairs, help us all to come closer to Allah, and protect us from kulli su' wa makruh. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.